Jerry O'Keefe, sold Stix surfboards. Since I was about 19, Brad Basham kind of helped me out. He sort of helped me get into the whole thing when I didn't know what I was doing. He was nice enough to help me out. And he was down here in the alley. And I guess that's one of the things that attracted people to this area was that Walker Foam was in the alley. Clark Foam wasn't far away. Hobie Surfboards wasn't far away. But Walker Foam was in the alley. So Rick James, who worked for Walker, sold Walker Foam, and had Rick James surfboards, moved into the alley to be next to Walker Foam. And this place just sort of grew from there. To become, it's basically the hub of modern surfing.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you take into consideration that that's where foam started being made instead of making them out of redwood and balsa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely on the pulse of high performance surfing too.
You know,
Right.
for sure. What we got, like, what is it, like 4 or 5 of the CT placements from San Clemente?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple transplants
Yeah.
that want to be near lowers, but that's pretty heavy.
It is. It is. It's big.
Pochi.
Yeah.
Pochi, it's uncrowded. And anyways, you know, I grew up surfing uppers. I was on the San Clemente High School surf team. You know, I like to stay away from them nowadays. People go, well, I never see you in the water. I go, there's a reason for that. I go when it's raining and, you know, at obscure places and obscure times. Just because I think as I get older, the less I want to surf around crowds. But I'm still having fun. My favorite board, I've got a 610 twin with a trailer. It's in Nicaragua. I just left it down there because that's kind of where I'm planning on spending a lot of time, hopefully soon. And then I've got a quad longboard that I like doing roundhouses on at Poacher Reef. It's not, you know, you don't walk the nose on the thing. It looks like an elongated fish, basically. It's kind of fun. And then I've got a 7.4 fish. I'm 6'5" and 220, so yeah. Oh, and I should say 60 years old too. So I get to ride bigger boards. Don't do it. No, that's what I think that's what Gordon Clark told me when I got my first blank phone. My mom took me up there in 1975. I think I was in 5th grade, and she told him, yeah, he wants to make his own surfboard. Don't do it, kid. But if you really are as stubborn as I was, then I would say just dive into it. Get a blank and don't worry about making mistakes. Experiment and just have fun. Enjoy the solace of it. That's what I enjoy. And you just lose yourself in it. Well, nowadays you can watch a lot of YouTube videos, which, you know, I didn't get the luxury of doing when I started, but yeah, I would do that. Watch a lot of YouTube videos. Gosh, I don't know. You know, there's always rumors that they're going to tear all this down and develop it into something else. So you never know. But if they don't do that, shoot, with the Los Molinos Beer Company right next door, I think it's only up from here, you know? How'd you like that plug?
I like that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, I'd like to see it all go away and only my place standing, you know?
All the shops disappear.
That's right. It's only me. Nah, I don't know, really. You know, I mean, it's been pretty steady the way it, you know, hasn't really changed that much in so long. So,
That's cool.
yeah.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. I think we can handle, you know, the amount of work we're getting with what we have here now.
Something crazy.
I mean, some people say they've shipped over 100,000, which is actually physically impossible. I mean, Terry Martin, they said, shaped around 80,000 boards, and he was like, what, 75?
Yeah.
And back then they could shape like 10 boards a day by hand, and they just mow.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I've heard people that were 40 years old say they've shaped over 100,000 boards. So I don't really see how the math works on that.
No.
So ever since I've heard these numbers go around, you know, everyone wants to, seems like they want to top the other person.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is I've been shaping for, I'm 60 now, and I've been shaping since since I was 19 as a profession, and I've done over 1,000 boards a year for sure. So
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know how many. This is a CNC machine. It's called an APS 3000, and then they've got Aku, which those two guys used to be together and they split. But this was the first in the United States, or at least I ordered the first one. I think Dan Mann actually got the first one because he was quicker with his deposit. But I had to order it from Australia.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, do I really want to send $10,000 to Australia to a guy I don't know? You know, so I had to think about that. But this is absolutely the best machine you can get, in my opinion, and a lot of others. Since I got this one, Biolis, I think he has two of them.
Same machine.
Lost Machine, yeah, Lost Surfboards. Well, he's got the Aku version. Like I said, the partners split up.
Yeah.
So Timmy Patterson is actually right through that cedar block right there. So there's another one right through that cedar block. We're actually thinking about putting a little window
That'd be funny.
there so we could talk. But yeah, it's fun, especially when the things go wrong with it. It can go really wrong. Like one time well, not one time, but in the early days, they didn't have, the blades were made out of something else, and they seemed to break easy. And well, like over here, I'll show you. This is kind of interesting. The thing blew apart, and it smashed a longboard, 3-stringer longboard blank into 7 different pieces.
Wow.
Before the blade stopped slapping the thing. It looked like a volcano of foam coming out of there. The kid that was cutting for me was just frozen. And anyways, it threw 2 pieces of blade through the wall. It threw the first one piece here, and another piece came out there. And so I started looking for the pieces, and I found one piece stuck in a blank, which used to be right there. That was like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So I pulled that out, and I was like, well, you know, I was piecing it together, and I was like, well, I'm still missing a piece. So I kept looking around, and I looked up, and so I left that there for posterity purposes. But if you look up in the drywall up there, you can see a blade sticking out of the drywall.
Oh, no way.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
So,
Somebody was walking by.
I guess Surfline heard the story, and they did a little article, and they called me the master of the flying guillotine.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, I guess any report's a good report. You know, that's what they say in Hollywood anyway.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then, yeah. It's kind of fun down here in the ghetto. I mean, people like this thing. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was a glasser, and he got this paddleboard. He asked me if he could leave it here because he was moving to San Luis Obispo. I go, how long do you want to leave it here? And he goes, just a few days, and that was 10 years ago.
Did you
And then-
have that on your machine?
I didn't. No, my machine goes up to like 12 feet or 11 foot 2. Yeah. I don't want to cut anything bigger than that. In the winter, that's about a month. In the summer, that's about 5 days, maybe a week, I guess. Yeah, built up fast. So for a while, we were getting rid of it. That hurricane in the Gulf years ago, they were picking it up, and we'd just bag it up and leave it on the loading dock, and they'd pick it up. And they're using it to help clean up the oil spill in the Gulf.
Oh, really? It's
Not just mine, but you know, I think they went to foam companies too.
Yeah.
And so I guess since it floats and the oil coagulates on it,
Yeah.
and then they just come with booms and kind of.
Wow.
And then American Asphalt was picking it up for a while because they thought that it cooled. This is what I heard, and they were picking it up. So I was like, okay, sure, you can have it. They thought that it cooled their asphalt down quicker.
Really? So they
And-
sprinkle or mix it in?
I guess. And then I guess too much red tape with whoever.
Off gas.
And they just said, well, if it's going to be a hassle like that, then forget about it. You know. But it was neat knowing that it was going somewhere besides a landfill for a while because of those two reasons. Yeah.
It's cool that they're using it to reclaim oil. from spills. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. I mean,
Never thought.
exactly. People go, well, look at your, a petroleum product and,
Yeah.
but, so, I mean, to some extent, you want to be as clean as possible and leave as little of a footprint as possible, but at the same time, gosh, you got to have fun too, right?
Yeah. So your son's working with you quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. He's digging it.
He's becoming quite a little asset,
So he's finishing off the boards.
finishing off the boards.
Yeah.
He's learning how to hand shape. He's doing pretty good at that too.
Cool.
So I told him when he knows how to hand shape, he can sign a board.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
And you need to approve of the board, right?
Exactly. So it's going to be Jerry O'Keefe, not Logan O'Keefe, for quite some time.
Yeah. They're all going to be asymmetrical for a little while.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah,
history in here.
if you got any, points where I forgot to tuck in my belly, then cut that out. No beer bellies. Give me a little tan on the face,